The war with Gaza is actually about the thousands, the million of innocents who are caught in the crosshairs, who are caught in the crossfire between Israel and the Hamas terrorists. And at almost every stage in this war, the Netanyahu government has made the wrong decision. At almost every stage. The Netanyahu government claims that the hostages are the most important issue, are the priority. President Isaac Herzog has said that they are the priority. His grandfather, I think, Rabbi Herzog, had said that the protection of the state was a religious duty. That protection of the state doesn't mean an offensive battle against innocents. It means protecting the integrity of the state. And other relatives of the hostages have spoken. Jackie Levi says that he doesn't feel that the top priority is rescuing the hostages. 3 of his relatives are being held hostage in Gaza. He thinks the country's leaders are engaged in petty politics while families are left without any real hope. It's an incredibly sad story, but it drives home the fact that this conflict is fast becoming a conflict to support the arrogance and the guilt of the man who failed to provide proper security for his people. And this should not be about Netanyahu. It should be about the Israeli people and about the Palestinians. The terror which is inspired in the Al-Quds hospital must be very similar to the terror felt by the Israelis when the Hamas terrorists invaded the country. The tower blocks are collapsing around that hospital. It doesn't matter that Hamas may well have tunnels and security rooms under the hospital. Surely the Israeli intelligence knew about that months, years ago. Why are they only dealing with it now? The call for a truce is, of course, again a shocking indictment of Netanyahu's miscalculation. A truce would be to put the situation back to the 7th of October and effectively to give Hamas what it wants. That would be outrageous. But equally outrageous is the approach of Netanyahu. The siege was wrong from the beginning. The offensive campaign is wrong from the beginning. Both the siege and both the offensive ground maneuver are within the playbook of a war, but only when the civilians are out of the firing line. And Israel has every opportunity to ensure that that happens. Israel should be opening the gates of Gaza and welcoming the refugees into Israel. It should have been doing this from the very beginning and processing those people into Israel, into secure camps where they can be held until the Hamas terrorists are identified and removed from the area, and until the hostages are secure, saved, and restored to their families. The idea of herding an entire population from one end of a cage to another, the idea of sending people, advising people, ordering people to leave their homes and go south, and then to bomb the Rafah crossing at the same time, to bomb the city where they've sought refuge. This is not war. This is immoral brutality, and this is deceit. The playbook of war is to be better than the enemy. What Netanyahu is quickly demonstrating is that he is following Hamas's own demonstration of terrorism. And he is coming very, very close to acting as a terrorist himself. I think the State of Israel has every right to defend itself. I do not think it has every right to attack an innocent community, and collective punishment is not something any child, any mother, any elderly pensioner, any unarmed civilian man should ever have to endure. That Israel should know from its own experience on the 7th of October.